Hi, pipe smokers. This is the Paul Gilson channel, and I'm Paul the Pipe Guy. Yeah, live from the outskirts of Rochester, New York, in the United States of America. And currently we have 66 degrees outside, sunny skies. It's 6:07, 7 minutes after the hour Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, what a beautiful day. And we're going to do a video on blending your own pipe tobacco, which is something I've been doing now for about 14 months. So anyways, let's start off with, well, the date is October 11th, 2022, and I know that because I have my Pipes and Cigar calendar right behind me, and it says it's Tuesday, October 11th. What a gorgeous day. Let's set something on fire. Let's get right to it, okay? I have a plethora of little experimental blends here. So when I make a blend, basically what I do is I have a digital scale, or you can do it by using parts. But whatever you do, write the recipe down. So in other words, let's say this one here, I wrote it down on here. It has 40% Latakia, 20% Burley, and I mixed it with some Bengal slices. So you don't have to start from scratch. I actually wrote the date down on this. I actually blended this small batch on 8/29/2021. The thing about blending, in my opinion, is however you do it, by parts, which you can. I mean, if you take 100 parts and you take, a measuring spoon, all right, let's say, 2 tablespoons, all right, 1 part this, all right, 2 parts that, 3 parts that, and they should equal 10. You have to be a bit of a mathematician, or if you have a digital scale, that would be the best way to do it. So as far as the base ingredients that I got when I wanted to started blending, I'll show you those here. I got some Cornell and Diehl Latakia, hand blended in the Carolinas. All right, I'm a Latakia junkie. I love that. All right, and then next we have some more Cornell and Diehl Latakia, but one Latakia is different than the other. One has Smyrna in it. I won't get into that. You're going to want to have, let's see, we got some Peter Stokkebye Oriental. All right, so we have Latakia Oriental. We have Dark Fired Kentucky. Okay, now there's a million different ways you can do this, a million different tobaccos. Pick what you want and just start out. Next we have Peter Stokkebye Black Cavendish. Yeah, and these are all like pure tobaccos that you blend together in different ways, and it's like a million different recipes, and that's why I like doing small batches, because I'll do them. But the key is you gotta write them down in a journal. Whatever your recipe is, write it, name it, just name it anything. Mine was RPG number 1, RPG number 2, RPG number 3, and so on. up to like RPG number 21, which my name is Richard Paul Gilson. And then I have those in a journal, the exact recipes, and then I have them listed on the jar exactly what they are. So once I blend them, and if I use any sort of alcohol, I'll let them age. The worst thing is all of a sudden, you get a small blend like that, and it's like, wow, this is really, really good. And then it's like, how did I make that? So if you don't have a tobacco blending journal, yeah, you got to have that, because if you make something that you really like, you'll never be able to replicate it if you don't have it written down, and dates and times and everything, and exactly how much different ingredients, however you want to do it, is important. The next thing I have is I don't know how that got in there, but it's Cornell and Diehl Haunted Bookshop. I don't blend to that. So we'll set that right there. And then for my burley, all right, some of you might be like, oh my gosh, are you insane? But for my burley, I got some Prince Albert Burley pipe tobacco original blend. Okay, that's just what I did. Yeah, we'll set that there. And then next we have some blending. There's some Smyrna, okay. And I won't get into the different tastes and so forth. I'm just going through my blending box here, okay. Next we have some Perique from Cornell and Diehl. Yeah, Perique. And then let's see what we have next. We have blending Latakia again, but I think this had Smyrna in it, and I wanted, or maybe this did, I can't remember. I'd have to smell it. It doesn't matter. Some of the blending Latakia that I got, which gives you a smoky flavor, had Smyrna in it, and then I was like, this isn't quite right. And then I found the pure stuff, okay? So we have that. And then we have some large Virginia flake, okay? So basically, that's what I have in my blending box, all right? It served me well. Let's set something on fire, So, again, not to repeat myself, but those are the basics I wanted to start out with. And what I would suggest, when you get these different blends in, all right, look at what you like and just buy some stuff. I like to buy them a pound at a time, but that's just me. And then smoke them individually. So take your Latakia, smoke that. Pure Cyprian Latakia. Smoke that and see what that tastes like. Take your Oriental that you ordered, smoke that. Take all your different blends, smoke them, okay, by themselves, so you get a taste of what you're putting into your mixture, and then you can play around with it. So we are going to set something on fire here. I did take this blend of Latakia, Burley, and Bengal slices, all right? I mean, this has already been blended and aged. I got this on 5/2021. This is Bengal Slices single barrel, okay? So like I was sharing with you, I mixed it with Latakia and Burley and Bengal Slices on 8/29/2021. I have the recipe in my mixing Bible, okay? I'll be right back. We're going to take a break. I'll be back in a nanosecond. All right, I told you we'd be back in a nanosecond. And some thoughts I thought about on my nanosecond break is um, some of the blends that you buy that are blending tobaccos. I mean, you can smoke them straight, but some of them they're not hydrated enough, okay? Don't ask me why that is, but you want to get the hydration level up to where you like it. In other words, moisture content. Okay. Now, so there's a couple different type of blending methods that I've used. I've blended things and then I've added alcohol to them, like bourbon and Jack Daniels, and also rum too. That's a total different blending process there. All right. So basically, what I do is I think about what do I want? What do I want to try? Then I write it down. All right. I want to try 70% Latakia, 30% Orientals. You do the math, whatever. All right. You get it, right? It has to all equal to 100%. All right. And then you have to write it down in your blend Bible. The next thing I got is I got one of them, and I can't find it. I can't locate it right around here. But it's basically a canning funnel that goes down. So if I'm doing a small blend, if I'm doing a real small blend, I'll mix it in one of these little small mason ball jars, okay? So what I do is I write down before I even start exactly what I want to blend. Then what I do is I follow my own recipe. And this is just trial and error, all right? You might come up with something that you don't like. And that's why I recommend doing small blends first. Because then if you got a hit with something you really love, you got it written down in your little blend Bible, okay? You got the recipe, and make sure you write it on top of the mason jar. All right, I got these little stickers and so forth, and basically it just describes, okay, this one's RPG number 2, all right? So I look in my recipe book, RPG number 2. That's exactly how I blended it, and so I'll take the blend, and I like I said, I like to use I started out doing like 2 parts this, 1 part that, blah, 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 blah. It's too much math involved. So I got the digital scale, do what it all comes up, I know how much weight that I want. And it's some math is involved, okay? So I dump the stuff in there. I'll put the first blend in, right? Then I'll put the second portion of the blend I want to do, and then I will shake the heck out of this. I'll shake it like I'm on a rock and roll stage, all right? Then I put the third blend in, shake it unbelievably. If I have a 4th, 5th, 6th blend, some of these can get pretty complex with 4, 5, 6 different blending tobaccos in them. But in between, every time I add one, I'll shake it for 10 minutes. All right. Then after I have everything all in there in the mason jar, and by the way, these will keep tobacco for 1,000 years. All right. I check the moisture content. If it's a little too dry for me, what I'll do is and I've done a video on how to rehydrate tobacco. I'll basically take either a hydrometer and I'll tape it to the inside of the top, or what I'll do is I'll form like a little bowl, and then I'll put cotton balls in there, and you have to use distilled water only, or this is going to mold. And then what you do is you let it sit in there, all right, while you're rehydrating it. If it doesn't have enough moisture content, you let it sit in there for 3, 4, 5 days. You got your little bowl, little crucible that's made out of tin foil, all right, with cotton balls in it, and only use distilled water or you will get mold. So every 3, 4 days, I'll pull that out, you know, the little crucible, little bowl I made out of tin foil with the cotton balls. I'll pull that out and I'll shake it. And then I'll restart the process again. If it needs more distilled water, until I have it to the moisture content that I like. Okay? Now, here again, blending tobacco with alcohol is much different. And we probably won't get into that. But knowing me, I probably will. So, yeah. Well, write everything down. So let's fire up this Latakia Burley Bengal Slices blend I've done. You can modify existing tobacco. I love this stuff just by itself, but I wanted some Latakia in it, so we're going to try it. I have this Crown of England pipe here. Yeah. Doesn't have a bowl number on it. It just says Crown of England. It's an apple-shaped pipe, and it says made in England. It's an estate pipe that I bought. Yeah. And that's a Stummel, whatever. The briar is beautiful on this. So we're going to smoke this Latakia Burley Bengal Slices blend that I did 14 months ago. It's aged, small batch. Okay, yeah, let's set something on fire, for Christ's sake. Mm. Mm. Oh, it's so good and smooth. Oh, what a great pipe. Oh, yeah. Now, the single barrel Bengal slices, okay, you can Google what that is. All right, they buy single barrel bourbon barrels and mix a whole bunch of they mix the blend up. It's a blend of Latakia, Virginia, Orientals aged to perfection in a bourbon barrel and pressed into a crumble cake. All right. I wanted to add a little more Latakia to it. And man, oh man, it's a good smoke. Oh, I love this. So I've been doing a bunch of music videos. I'm not a tech guy. I'm 57. I got to create a new Gmail account and then a new YouTube account. So I'm not apologizing, but I like music too, and it is just as much, if not more, than I love pipes and tobacco. It's been a part of my life. I'm a self-taught guitarist. one of my subscribers was like, is this a music channel or a tobacco channel? So, yeah, bear with me, all right, pal? I got to get my kid over here who's busy working 6 days a week, hand him my phone and say, create a new Gmail account and give me a new YouTube channel. And then those of you who don't enjoy my music or my horrible singing, you won't have to wonder what the heck is going on. That is good, and that is smooth. And we're going to pause the video right now. We're going to take a break for a nanosecond. Yeah, we're up to 21 minutes. Who's ever going to stick around that long? Anyways, just trying to share as much information as I can that I've learned from the masters. We'll be right back in a nanosecond. Alrighty, pipe smokers. So Paul, the pipe guy, is back, and I want to talk about some alcohol blends that I've done. And I like to use bourbon. I like to use Jamaican rum, and I like to use Jack Daniels. Okay, now the next blend that I did, all right, is actually the first blend I ever tried, all right, small batch, is RPG number 1. And I have the exact recipe written down in my blend Bible. But I have it written on the cap too. You can get those little stickers, anywhere that go on top of your mason jars. And this is RPG number 1. I blended this on 9/29 of 2021, so that is a bit over a year ago, and it has 45% Virginia, 35% Latakia, and 20% Burley with Jack Daniels. And the way I did this, I blended everything together, shook it all up, all that stuff. And then I added a generous portion of Jack Daniels. And then every day I would come home, all right, for 30 days. And I'd look at this container and I'd turn it upside down. I'd be like, oh, it's all sticking to the bottom and all that. So I would shake the heck out of it. All right. Shake it, shake it, shake it. Pound it, pound it, pound it. Get all the, Jack Daniels soaked stuff down where I could shake it, I did that for like a month straight. And what I did with that blend is actually took this after like 90 days of letting it just sit. And I was thinking, should I stove it? Which stoving means you take like a cookie tray and turn your oven on and you spread all your small blend out. And, you got to pay attention. You don't want to burn this. All right. And the oven, you set it at like 110 degrees and dry it out. What I chose to do last late summer is I spread it out on a cookie sheet and I just air dried it. It's still a bit wet. All right. But not too bad. All right. So she's been sitting in there perking for a while. And the thing that you do not want to do, those of you folks that are from my generation know who Richard Pryor is, all right? You do not want to take alcohol-soaked tobacco, put it in your pipe, and set yourself on fire like Richard Pryor who was smoking crack. All right? You don't want to do that. Alcohol evaporates at approximately 120 degrees Fahrenheit. All right. Or it can evaporate through just leaving it out. But always remember that cleanliness is next to godliness. Whatever tools that you're using or whatever environment you're putting in your blend in, make sure it's spotless, sterilized, and clean. All right. Now, I didn't want to set my face on fire. All right. And I won't. All right. So we're going to try this RPG number 1, my first blend I ever tried back on 9/29 of 2021. Again, it has 45% Virginia, 35% Latakia, and 20% Burley. Yeah, and it is in my Bible. Let's try it out. Here we go. And it was still a little damp, so during the break, I kind of spread it out on my cutting board here and let it air dry for a little bit. But yeah, let's set it on fire. Hopefully I won't be Richard Pryor. Mm. Mm. Oh, that is so good. Aged a year. And by the way, I'm smoking this out of a bowl number 37 Rat Rays Hail to the King. This is like a premium pipe that my good friend, the Elusive Pipe Smoker, turned me on to this brand. You know, it's not a pipe review, but it's a 9mm. I don't use a filter. Yeah, look at that briar. That is a premium pipe, and that set me back a bit, but I had a budget. Don't let your passion become an addiction. Mm. Mm. Oh, yeah. Oh, that is so good. I can taste the Jack Daniels. Gives it kind of a burned barrel taste. Mm. I can taste the Virginias. It's a little light on Latakia, 35%. 20% Burley. Oh, that blend's going to give you no tongue bite. Mm. And out of our Rockstar pipe. Mm. Oh. Oh, yeah. That is good and aged. Patience is a virtue, and cleanliness is next to God. And write it all down, whatever you do, with the date, the time, everything the temperature, it doesn't matter. Write everything down. And then write the recipe's name down on top. You can refer back to it. Some of the rock stars that I think I've created would be RPG number 7, which it's Latakia Rich. I have it in loose leaf, and I have it pressed under 2,000 pounds. into like a plug. I pressed it tighter than crumble cake. It's loose leaf plug, basically. Another rock star that I came out with, I'm looking over here, is yeah, well, RPG number 1 is pretty good. Oh yeah, another rock star that I came up with was, I took Scotty's butternut burley and I mixed it with rum. Yeah, dark Jamaican rum. And every day came home and shook that twice a day, once in the morning, once at night. You know, one of my subscribers was like, I tried mixing alcohol with it and it just isn't working. Well, you got to put, you know, just enough alcohol in it. You don't want to, you want it a little bit soupy, but you got to bang that stuff around. You got to let the alcohol soak into it and age. And then, you know, you can air dry it, stove it, which means put it in a stove. Some of the blends I've done with alcohol, I set out on the front porch in the summertime, you know, and spread out on a cookie sheet and just let the alcohol evaporate, because I didn't want to blow myself up or start myself on fire like Richard Pryor. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. It's been a long one, you know, but maybe somebody will get a little something out of this. I don't know. Cheers, my friends. Yeah. I'm Paul the Pipe Guy, live from the outskirts of Rochester, New York. Hope you enjoyed this video. It's been a long one. Yeah. Over and out. Till the next time. Yeah. And I'll work on getting my music channel fixed.